Hi, this is Mike Hendrickson, live from the show floor at OSCON 2011. I'm here with Dave Shanley and Sean McCleary. You guys have an open source kind of stack in a new startup. Can you explain a little bit about what you guys are doing?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. We build mobile apps for events. So we have a whole open source stack that supports our applications for the smallest events all the way up to large events like the New York Comic Con.
Okay, and Sean, we were talking a little earlier about your stack. Can you kind of give us just a quick, brief overview of what your stack is?
Yeah, it's mostly, I mean, the primary technology is a Ruby on Rails based stack for us. All of our different application servers that we happen to have all run on different versions of Ruby on Rails, but we're trying to consolidate everything together. Our database technology backend is primarily MySQL, but we're also switching over to using quite a bit of MongoDB on the back-end side. We're also using different implementations of Ruby, mostly based on what different types the different Rubies are better suited for, such as JRuby is used for some of our back-end processing. Regular Ruby MRI is used for our normal application stacks. But we have a lot of other technologies as well in the application.
They're all open source.
Yeah, everything in our whole stack is open source.
And that's really been the best choice for us because as a small company starting up, we don't have to deal with obviously licensing costs, but even beyond just strictly like a cost-benefit approach, there's great open source centric talent here in Portland and the whole West Coast, and the momentum and the community behind it means that we can get fast turnaround on changes, and we have access to the source code obviously.
But you guys are global, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're taking your product globally.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so from 3 people to 20 people, and open source kind of enabled you guys to grow that quickly?
Yeah. Within basically 2 years, we've been able to scale from being just a couple of guys coding in the back room to a real company, full scale and deploying apps, worldwide. And
where do you plan on taking the product and the platform in the future?
We want to make sure that that our product is actually available to anybody that wants to use it, that's producing events, down from the very, very smallest events to the largest events, and we really want to become the standard in this space.
Excellent. Any other comments you guys like to make?
Well, I think that a large portion of the reason that we were choosing open source, aside from like the very strong open source community that Portland happens to have, is that I've always heard the argument about support, that people choose proprietary softwares mainly because they can call up a line and talk directly with the provider and get direct support that way. But I don't really see that as a huge advantage. I prefer strong open source communities, so being able to not have to constrain yourself to calling during the normal call hours of, when the business is taking support calls, but being able to have a conversation with somebody online at any hour of the day to be able to solve the problems that you're looking to solve is a very large asset.
So open source is being a differentiator for you guys. And the name of your company is, I don't think we mentioned that yet.
Yeah, it's CrowdCompass.
Okay, and how do people find out more about that?
They can go to crowdcompass.com or they can email us at hello@crowdcompass.com.
Excellent. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks.